One.
Recording in progress? Yay! So hello and welcome to the Woman's Cave.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wait. Am I supposed to say something after that?
Yeah, and welcome to the Winona. I'm Jade. Oh my goodness.
I'm Winona.
Wow, Winona, like what? How did you just totally forget what you were supposed to do?
Yeah, I did.
How did you forget?
That's okay. Though.
How did you forget?
No, it's okay. I just
it's okay.
I started.
It's okay that you forgot.
I started happy hour early with water.
With water? You started happy hour early with water.
Water, y'all.
So if this is how she feels with water, maybe you shouldn't have no cocktails.
Anyway, let's get back on subject.
I'm dead. Yeah, we will literary life guys with pop poetry. Well, no, why aren't you in? Like, what's going on today?
I really don't want to be seen. I don't look that great today.
You don't look that great today. She looks fine, yeah.
Like my roots are showing.
Oh my goodness, her roots are y'all.
Okay,
her roots are not showing.
Don't look hard.
Oh my goodness, I can't do this.
Go on, Jade.
Sometimes
literary life got to pop poetry.
Wow, you gotta rush me after you done started talking. Okay, I can't do it. Yeah. So, and I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons, and I thought being grown up was easy. If only I were me, a memoir and birth. The Widow's Debt series and Foreign Coffee, all of those where you get your audiobooks because sometimes you just need to listen to audiobook. But everything your ladies are doing, including my favorite book, And I Thought I Did My Journey Alone, you can check it out. Where can they check it out?
At www.andithoughladies.com.
I thought I'd let her redeem herself today.
Thank you. I appreciate that immensely. Now I'm going to take another sip of water.
Oh,
but anyway, you're not here to hear about us.
You're here to hear from our wonderful guest. Wonderful guest.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I would love to introduce myself. I'm Jade. I'm Winona. No, wait. I'm Grace.
Well, you can be us too. Why not? Just be all things.
Wait. She'll be a better version of us.
I know. Super professional. Like, hello, I've come and I'm talking super professional.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Grace.
I am thrilled to be here. I'm Grace Sammon. I'm author of The Eves. When our stories are told, everything changes. I'm also the host of the Storytellers, where authors and others come to leave their mark on the world through the art of story. And I am the founder of the Author Talk Network, where authors and readers get together and chat.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know she was the founder of the Author Talk Network.
She does so much things. She does so many things. So how did you begin writing and then podcasting and stuff? Yeah.
You gonna go
well, I think I've written ever since I was teeny. And I had this idea that I could just better communicate through writing than almost anything else. I'm much better with this than with this. So I just started writing, and I was in this business venture with a friend of mine, and he thought I needed to write a book, and I thought he was crazy. And then the business venture fell apart, and I said, well, he must be right, and I'll get revenge that way. So I wrote this book, and that was not this book. So The Eves is my fourth book. The first three books are in the area of education, mostly focusing around high schools.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then I switched up.
So I wanted to know how did you get your brain to do like The Eves after you've done the nonfiction and the educational?
I think for me, it was really a life-changing moment. I had been traveling 200 days a year, and I was at that moment, so many of us find ourselves at different points, right? So part of my life was ending, a different chapter was beginning, and I tried to figure it out through writing. So I sat down and I said, what am I going to do? I don't want to be that 200-day-a-year traveler anymore. And my kids were grown. And so I just created this incredibly complex character called Jessica, and I let her figure out my life for me.
That's the way, yo. That's the way. That is the way.
How much stuff you figure out while writing.
While writing, you're just like, wow, yeah, this is real talk right here. Yeah, that's how you say it to yourself. Like when I went back and listened to one of our audiobooks, and I thought the voice was bad, I was like, maybe we bled too much on the bit.
Maybe we said too much about ourselves. But anyway, I wanted to know how your educational background helped with writing the book. I mean, other than, of course, proofreading and grammar and that sort of stuff. But how did it help structure the story and get it out there?
Part of it was really lucky because I was traveling those 200 days a year. I was traveling in 32 different states, and I was working in largely inner city schools. So Detroit, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Chicago, all of these schools across the country, but I also got to work in what we call BIA schools, the Bureau of Indian Affairs schools. So I got to work in these little school districts in like Wingate, New Mexico. And just traveling this country gave me so many stories. You know, the individual stories, if we just stop to listen, we get great stories. So I was already in my mind just collecting, what is America's story? And for me, that was the transition, I think.
I know that we do that a lot.
Yeah,
We're not on the road as much as you. It was only what half a year, like 26 weeks, 26 to 35 weeks out of the year.
That's huge. I'm not on the road at all anymore. I'm in my little cave here.
Oh, hey, you have a cave and I like it.
Yeah. And so you collect these stories and you listen to people and you recognize a lot of them are saying the same thing, just different ways. And then you, as a writer, your job is to observe and then put it on the page so that everyone can understand and hopefully get some harmony. But anyway,
or I just know that they're not alone, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like when you're going through something, you think to yourself, I am the only one going through this, and you feel alone. And it's kind of like horrible to say, but you're so happy that somebody else is going through it too. It's like, oh, I went through it. You're not like, I don't wish this situation on anybody, but I'm glad I'm not like the only one ever.
Absolutely. And that's why I love your whole series on, you know, and I think one of them is called, and I thought I had to do this alone.
I did my journey alone. Yeah.
And that's so not true. So yeah, what you ladies are all about is fabulous.
So that's I love the book. Let's talk about podcasts. Let's talk about podcasts and the writer in the Authors Network. See how I just said that wrong? This is why I don't say names. So how did it get started? How do you continue to grow, even though I'm sure you have had challenges, and what have been those challenges?
The podcast was something totally unexpected. I never, ever believed it. And in truth, if I'm really honest, when I was writing my book, The Eves, I really thought I was done. I'm going to finish the book. I'm going to be done. And I'm done. And a lot of the characters in the book think that too, that they're kind of done, and they're so not. And what my characters taught me was, apparently I'm not done either. My son tells me I am the worst role model for retirement. So I just found out through doing interviews like this. There was a woman named Gail Carson, and she interviewed me on her show, and she has a radio station, and she said, I loved our interview. I want to give you a radio show. And I was like, I can't do that. I'm done. And apparently I was wrong. So I have the radio show. I think we're up to about 20 episodes. So we're relatively new. And I love it. As you know, though, it's so much more work than I thought it would be. If you're really going to do a good job at an interview, it takes time to prep.
Yes, it really, really, really does. So what have been your challenges and how have you overcome them?
My challenges with the podcast or challenges in life? Because that's a whole list.
Challenges as an artist, as either an author.
Oh, okay. That's more narrow. I think right now my biggest challenge is time management. I have 3 maybe novels in me, but I'm not sure I'm ever going to get them out because of the time I spent doing the podcast, doing Author Talk Network. I help manage a fabulous Facebook group called Bookish Road Trip, and we're all over the place on Instagram and on Facebook. So it's really a matter of finding time to balance. I find the time that I need to write a novel is very, very different than the time I need to write almost anything else. I just came out today with a post that may have been the most fun thing I've been asked to write in a while. And it was me interviewing my characters. And that was a big challenge, but it was so much fun. So it's that time management thing. I can knock off short pieces really easily, but a novel just takes up a bigger space in my brain.
I can understand that.
I can definitely understand that. Yeah, considering that, you know, we write novels.
Sometimes, y'all. More like poetry, but sometimes. Sometimes.
So can you tell us about founding the Authors Talk Network, radio network? Oh my goodness, I am so sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's brand new. So, you know, the fact that it just wasn't at the tip of your tongue, I'm just shocked. So no, Author Talk Network actually grew out of the idea that we're still in a pandemic. You know, we talked about that just before we went on. And I wanted more ways to connect to authors. One of the things that's been the biggest joy in the time since the Eves has come out is this author community where it's not competitive. We all lift each other up. This podcasting community, the things that you do, the both of you do. I was so excited to do that, and I wanted to share that. So I reached out to authors that I knew, and we had, I think, 18 in the initial class with myself, so we're 19 authors. And we come from such diverse backgrounds. We are therapists, and we are just, we're educators. We're just all over the map in terms of where we have been professionally. We're yoga instructors, but we all have novels. Some of us are best-selling authors. Some of us are USA Today, New York Times. You know, I'm just your basic run-of-the-mill author. But the reason I created it was to connect authors and readers more easily. And I'm just amazed how quickly it's taken off. We launched it on the 1st of November, which was National Author Day. And November was Write a Novel Month. So it's relatively new. There's 19 of us, and you can reach out to me and I'll connect you with 19 authors who are happy to book club with you, Zoom with you, and I'll send you the link right after we get off today.
Oh, this is
lovely.
This is so lovely. So where can people check out all these wonderful things that you're doing?
The easiest place to find me is probably on my website, which is GraceSammon.net, and you can tell by me on the screen, it's not said like the fish, but it's said like the fish, but not spelled like the fish. So it's GraceSammon, SAMMON.net, and you can email me, you can see all my interviews, and you can find out everything except I don't even have Author Talk Network up there yet. So just email me and I'll tell you them.
Ooh, well, that's fabulous. I love that. And also, where can people find you on social media? Oh, your pages that you have mentioned?
So they can follow you.
So on Instagram, you can find me on Grace Sammon Writes. On Facebook, you can find me on Grace Sammon or Grace Sammon Writes.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. We really appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I said that way too quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to. We really appreciate you coming on the show today. I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so. But see, Winona, you messed me up. Now I'm just gonna look crazy. Yeah. So you can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andithoughladies.com. While you're there, take a moment, go to the middle of the page and see the charities that we probably support. Maybe you can support them also. Sorry. Okay, support them also. We thank you in advance for that. And just remember, y'all, wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it.
So peace and love from
Winona and Jade. I'm telling you, I don't feel good today.
Bye-bye.
Take care.